The game opens with a masked man and his masked pals robbing a bank for money. I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. They're all wearing masks. They're behind the fenced-in wall of a bank, and they have guns. But I'm not convinced. I slowly start to become convinced because they blow the door off of the vault with C4, which I can only assume is to get in there and get the money. They get in there and get the money. Everything's going according to plan until they walk out of the vault and a dangerous, powerful, bald security man pulls off our protagonist's masks and put a gun to his head. He says, "I seen your face." Not the best thing I can imagine to tell men in masks with guns, but I'm sure he'll be okay. He's not okay. They put him in the ground. They make him sneeze out of the back of his head. Not good at all. More explosions. This time they blow the door off of a vault and they start working their way out. The three very good boys work their way outside of the bank, pop open the garage door, where we're then greeted by Rockstar's favorite target practice dummies, the North Yankton Police. We mow down a bunch of undeserving cops who really didn't do anything other than try to protect their small town, but at the end of the day, this is Grand Theft Auto, baby, and if it wasn't gratuitously violent, it just wouldn't be the same. We hop into the getaway car where a delightful individual is waiting for us, which is extremely kind of him. Brad says something stupid and then Trevor goes, "Ba ba 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 ba." 10 years later, I still remember this being weird and out of place. The driver sneezes out of the side of his head, so we push him out of the car for coming into work sick. Not cool, dude. We have families to take care of. We kill a couple policemen, but uh-oh, here comes a train. Not good. Trains are big, and we are people-sized. We stumble out of the car, but then we see a man. He's got a sniper rifle and he just decks Brad. Just obliterates him. Michael immediately takes a shot to the chest too, kablamo, and tells Trevor, "Get out of here. I'm not gonna make it. You guys go on without me." There's a dramatic movie moment where Trevor says he's not gonna do that, but then he does that. And he runs off into the fog, never to be seen again, maybe. Probably not. I bet we'll see him. It's a few days later, probably. I mean, I think funerals are typically pretty soon after someone dies, and Michael is watching his own funeral from behind a tree. Super creepy. Fast forward 10 years, we're in therapy. Makes sense. Really traumatic incident, that bank robbery, I'm sure. Technically resulted in Michael's death, but that's just the way those things go. Michael finishes up therapy and we see him outside sitting on a bench where he's approached by Franklin and Lamar, aka Frankie and Lanky. They ask him for directions, and since he's an old streetwise guy, he knows everything, so he tells them exactly where they're supposed to be. Turns out Frankie and Lanky are working a credit fraud operation where they're repossessing cars that don't need to be repossessed. I think they call it stealing. I choose the unlicensed version of the Audi R8 and stick Lamar with the unlicensed 2013 Aston Martin. Chances are he won't even make it to the finish line before he throws a check engine light, and I'm going to have those smooth V10 sounds all the way there. That's right, baby, I'm a car nerd and playing a game where there's cars. We steal the cars, we drive them back to the dealership, and we deliver them to our fearless boss, Simeon Yetarian, who is a good man and certainly not running a credit fraud operation like I said earlier. He's trying to sell an awful yellow Toyota to Jimmy, the son of Michael DeSanta, the streetwise cool guy we saw earlier. Franklin isn't too happy about the job we just did, and we head home where Lamar starts verbally abusing me and insulting my yee ass haircut. Well, joke's on you, buddy. Can't insult my hair if I don't have any. That's right. Stand up to your bullies by giving in to their demands. Simeon demands Franklin and Lamar go repo a motorcycle from some gangbangers. What could go wrong other than everything? Good old Franklin and Lamar head on down to the beach and politely ask the Vagos to return the motorcycle. It's a calm, cool, collected discussion where it goes pretty well, and they hand over the bike, and they're like, hey, we're really sorry we didn't make the payments. That's our bad. We'll be better next time. I'm glad we could handle this like gentlemen. Lamar steals the bike and won't let us return it to Simeon. I can't imagine this is going to go over well with Simeon. It doesn't. He demands we go to this house, break in, and steal aforementioned yellow Toyota to make it up to him for stealing the motorcycle. No big deal, right? Just another repo job. Yeah, sure. I'm sure everything is perfectly fine. Uh-oh, spoilers. It's not. Michael is in the backseat with a gun, demanding that Franklin drive the car through the window of the dealership. After he does, Michael viciously beats Simeon and then goes home and has a drink. But Franklin, he just kind of pulls up and is like, yo, what's up? It's me, stumbling onto your property uninvited again. Hey man, that was pretty cool what you did back there. You must be a pretty strong, cool guy. Michael's like, leave me alone. My son stole my boat. Let's get the boat back. We work to get the boat back. It's a big movie moment. Super cool. Franklin proves himself to Michael. He saves Jimmy, who's Michael's son, from the boat thieves. Up next is the tow truck mission. I break the game trying to skip it and teleport somewhere as Michael. Super confused. We successfully tow the truck. Everything's cool. But Michael finds out a tennis coach is sleeping with his wife. Not good. Michael and Franklin drive over to his house, hook up a truck to the support beams, and tear that shit down. They tear it down, destroy it. A multi-million-dollar hillside home just obliterated. But, surprise, surprise, the tennis coach, he doesn't own the house. It's a multi-million-dollar hillside property. What is he, a tennis superstar? No, he's just some guy teaching tennis to housewives. Turns out the house is owned by notorious cartelman Martin Madrazo. He's not happy. He greenlights Michael, puts a hit out on him. We take out the hitman, so he shows up at our front door and is like, look, man, you owe me $2.5 million. Get me my money or else. Michael seems less than fazed by this and just hits up his old running buddy Lester, because that's how he makes money. He's like, yo, Lester, I know I faked my death and it's been 10 years. What's up? You got work for me? Lester sends him to Life Invader, which is kind of like Facebook. Has him plant a bomb into the new iPhone, basically, and explode a man's face on live television. Jay Norris sneezes out of the side of his head, and we call Lester to let him know the job is done, and he says it's teabag time. I think he was gaming. I don't know. Franklin and Lamar kidnap a baller. Bad idea. Franklin's sick of the gang life, and just in time, an OG shows up to say hello. Lamar arranges a meeting with the guy they just kidnapped, and surprise, surprise, it's a setup. We gotta shoot our way out. It's crazy. It's violent. Franklin does business, popping helicopters out of the sky. But then he and Lamar share a lovely moment that I'm glad I got to witness. Back to business, popping helicopters out of the sky, and then we go back to the set. Lamar and Stretch are just like, yeah, man, that was nice. Good day at the office. See ya. And Franklin's like, that wasn't good. Why are you so okay with this? Lester tells Michael to get a better suit on because they got to go case the jewelry store. I don't know why he's talking about fashion when he's wearing khakis and New Balances. Okay, maybe they're jeans now. Okay, he changed too. All right, I guess I shouldn't disrespect him. He changed. I get it. Good choice. He pulls us into the planning room, where this is where the heist system in the game, which is the main focal point of the game, really starts to take shape. We get to choose how we're going in. I choose the quiet, smart option, which is stealing an extermination truck, and I hire the really strong, expensive guys. Eddie, because he's strong and expensive, Gustavo, because he's strong and expensive, and Paige, because she was one of the first people I met when I moved to LA. I'm not kidding. Her voice actor was someone I met like within a few days of moving here. Pretty cool. Anyway, we get going, and we're gonna rob this jewelry store. Because again, Michael needs some money, man. Michael's about that money. He owes a cartelman millions of dollars. That's a lot of dollars. It's not good. But we go home. Family matters. Family is important. Family is good. We go for a nice outing with our son and a bicycle ride on Venice Beach, the worst place in America. Turns out our daughter is on a porn boat. Not good. I grab a pornman by the throat and I choke slam him off of the boat. Michael is now officially a pirate. Yar. I take out the two pornmen in front of my children and claim it was self-defense. They sulk and walk away, having just witnessed their father murder multiple people. Now it's time to steal the extermination truck. It goes super good. Nothing goes wrong at all. Now it's time to steal the gas, to put the people in the jewel store to sleep. Done. Easy. We got it. Gas the jewelry store. Put them to sleep. Give me the jewels. We get close to a few $1 million. We could buy some groceries with that, I bet. Michael attacks a security guard and says some silly thing. I'm sure that's not a big deal. I'm sure it won't come back to bite him. We zip away on motorcycles, all cool. Like, you ever zip away on motorcycles? No, you don't. You're not as cool as these guys. We go down into the tunnels like rats, but then launch out in a cool movie moment, and now we're in a big truck where we're gonna smack the hell out of these cars. Paige says something about how all males deep down want a shootout with the police. Fellas, is it boy dinner to want a shootout with the police? We go home and celebrate, and the FBI stumbles in the door and is like, bro, what are you doing? Why are you out of retirement? He turns on the TV. They're interviewing the guy that I talked to, but I'm sure nothing will come of this. Something comes of this. Trevor, who's believed Michael to be dead for the last 10 years, sees this and has a very calmed, stable, normal reaction. He goes outside and gleefully tells his friends, yippee, Michael is alive. Everything is good. I can't wait to see him again. He hugs his best friend Johnny from Grand Theft Auto 4, and together they go on an adventure to find Michael. No. What actually happens is, upon finding out that his best friend is actually not dead, Trevor has a psychotic break. He goes about his business eliminating everybody he views as competition. Gun traffickers, drug traffickers. He pushes a guy's RV into the river. He's just going nutty. He really lost his marbles, if he ever had them. Who's to say? But at least he's got a nice trailer. It pushes guy into a river in a trailer. Eliminates a biker, eliminates a whole slew of bikers, and then goes to a business meeting. The businessmen stumble in. One of them is extremely high, and Trevor pushes them into an icebox because the gang members they're not happy with Trevor's behavior lately. They're very upset. He's killing people. That's not good. They're not happy. He kills more people. Blows up a G-Wagon. It's a whole thing. Just one-man army. Gang war. Gang versus man. Chef, the meth chef, says something to Trevor, and Trevor says, yes, chef, which is funny because that's what they say in real kitchens. But this is a meth kitchen. The Lost MC break into Trevor's trailer and destroy his Funko Pops, which has to be a nightmare if you're a Funko Pop collector. He responds by going to the airfield and eliminating them with a silent sniper one by one, including one that's flying a helicopter. Now he just slides on into the airfield, guns blazing with nothing but an undiagnosed explosive anger disorder and an AK-47. We lay down on the wing of a plane and just start massacring bikers one by one before we ultimately get to our plane. I shoot it thinking it's an enemy, but it's cool. The devs planned for that and made it invincible. A biker climbs onto the wing of the plane, which, not smart. Bikers can't fly, they're people. We fly under a bridge, super cool, and then ask the businessmen, can we be pals? They say, no, we're working with the O'Neills. So Trevor, being a rational businessman, eliminates the O'Neills. We barrel onto their compound, just take out all of them, and then blow it to smithereens. Again, I think this guy's got a future in business. Smart, stable, rational, good man. I'm excited for him to reunite with his buddy old boy Michael and not look at explosions, because this is 2013 and the phrase cool guys don't look at explosions, it's still relevant. We can still say it and it's not dumb. Remember, this game is 10 years old. We do a sick move, go home, punch a guy for funsies, punch him again because he found Michael and didn't tell Trevor, blow up Lost MC HQ, and then stumble into Venice Beach again, take over a guy's house, and guess what? We live here now. Michael's arguing with his family because duh, and Trevor just kinda stumbles in. Now, in all seriousness, this is one of my all-time favorite video game cutscenes. It's so silly with the goofy yoga instructor and Michael and his wife having a really intense argument, and then Trevor just brings the room down, really kills the vibe. Michael kind of ushers Jimmy behind him, not knowing what Trevor plans to do. It's pretty disturbing. It's the kind of thing where you go, oh, he might be here to kill everyone in this kitchen. And they kind of talk it out, and nothing really makes sense that Trevor's saying. He's having weird reactions, saying things like, that's great, I'm so happy for you. But it's clear he's not. This game is not perfect, but man is it fun, and the dramatic moments are dramatic. Trevor and Michael have a very awkward, very tense face-off. And then just when you think it's about to get worse, Trevor asks where Michael's daughter is, which is very ominous. As soon as Jimmy mentions that she's at a Fame or Shame audition, Trevor develops paternal instincts and wants to save her from the pitfalls of Hollywood and reality TV. Just a bizarre, complex character. 10 years later, Grand Theft Auto 5 remains one of my favorite games in the world. It's not perfect, but like I said, it's a ton of fun, and the story is engaging and interesting. Each character is introduced in a way that sets them up and paints such a clear picture of exactly who they are. You find out so quick that Michael is the aging, streetwise criminal craving the action of his glory days. You find out real quick that Franklin is this ambitious young upstart who wants to take over the world, and you find out really quick that Trevor is this unhinged maniac. Obviously, 10 years later, this game is more known for its online and modding scene, roleplay, etc. But the GTA games, they've always had really fun narratives, and this, I think, is the best. Not the best, like, artsy story, that goes to GTA 4 for sure, but in terms of, like, fun action movie, pleasant to be a part of the whole time, this one's a pretty clear winner. Throughout the rest of the game, our three gentlemen go on to take on enemies such as the federal government and some highly equipped paramilitary corporation. They aim to pull off the big one, which is a heist where they rob a massive global bank in the heart of downtown. It's a boatload of fun. If you've never played the game, do it. And if it's been a while, play it again. Thanks for watching. Leave a like. Peace.